Welcome to the TDCC Community Live webinar. TDCC stands for the Developing Child Center, located in Dubai. Established in 2012. We have been providing personalized support to over 1,000 children. We have 60 dedicated and committed experts, and we work closely with parents and schools to ensure no child is left behind. We think different, we teach different. We empower, not limit children. Labels like autism, dyslexia, and ADHD are not relevant, or perceived as disabilities, difficulties, or disorders that limit children's abilities. We believe that brilliance needs difference. The TDCC services are available in English, French and Arabic. The inclusive educational services nurture and support the developmental and educational needs and help empower each child to reach their full potential. Occupational therapy assists children in performing and achieving important learning and developmental skills they need in life. Psychomotor therapy is a healthcare profession that is based on a holistic view of the person and is involved in the treatment of different disorders. Speech and language therapy assists children who have disorders of speech, language, communication, and swallowing. Psychology provides both educational and clinical services, including counseling and parenting. ABA therapy focuses on improving specific behaviors. It is commonly practiced as a therapeutic intervention for individuals with autism. Specialist learning support. We assist in developing the academic and social development of students who need support in all these areas. And we design and host local and international training and workshops for practitioners, parents, caregivers, and educators. Just like this one today. We have a few rules to follow during the webinar. Please remain muted while the speaker is presenting. Please give your full attention to the presentation. We will be sending you the replay, so you can review it anytime. Please be interactive if the speaker requests your participation. During the question and answer session, we kindly request everyone to type their questions in the chat box and the speaker will address them.
Welcome to the 48th TDCC live webinar on the toilet training across neurodiversity. Ladies and gentlemen, TDCC proudly presents our speaker, Caroline Waru, lead educator of Inclusive Education Services. Caroline combines over a decade of experience in counseling and inclusive teaching with a robust academic foundation, including a Bachelor of Arts in Education and Counseling and near completion of her Master of Arts in Counseling. Her qualifications are enhanced by certifications from esteemed programs like the Intensive Early Intervention and School Readiness Program, the ADUS 2 course, and SCRTS1. A passionate advocate for neurodiverse learners, Caroline's expertise in developing individual education plans, classroom management, and specialized strategies for toilet training has transformed lives. Today, she will distill her vast knowledge into practical insights during our toilet training across neurodiversity webinar aiming to empower and guide parents, educators, and advocates. Let's all welcome our speaker today, Caroline Waru.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Caroline, and I will start the presentation now, okay? Okay, so we want to look at toilet training across neurodiversity, and this is a question which has been asked by very many parents, during my scope of work, and it's something that we would like to just delve in and discuss so that we can get answers that many people keep asking about. And I hope that this webinar will be helpful to you and also to your families and friends, okay? So what are we going to learn today? We are going to look at the myths and misconceptions in toileting. We are going to look at the challenges faced by neurodivergent children, the science of toileting, readiness, the routines and strategies, sensory considerations, preparations for readiness, and fostering independence. Okay, so sorry. So first, we are going to define what is toilet training. Toilet training is a process of teaching a child.
Excuse me, Carl, can
Yes.
you put your screen on my screen?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
There. Okay, good.
Yes, good.
All right. So this is a process of teaching a child to control the emptying of the bowel and the bladder by learned inhibition of natural reflexes and to excrete in the appropriate place and the appropriate manner. It would also simply mean teaching your child to use a potty chair or toilet correctly at the appropriate times. Then we are going to define what a neurodivergent is. This refers to a person who has a brain that functions differently, which is considered as neurotypical. It encompasses a range of conditions like autism, dyslexia, ADHD, and others. So a neurotypical refers to individuals whose neurological development and behaviors are within the typical range of variation as defined by societal norms and expectations. Okay, so we have myths which are associated with divergent children in toileting. And I'm sure also most of you have heard about this, the myths. And maybe we can share in the chat box. What myths have you had? What have people been saying about toileting with neurodivergent children? Maybe you can write in the chat box, and I will also read what you have to say. What myths have you had about neurodivergent children in toileting? You can type in the chat box.
Anyone who would like to share? You can chat. You can write them on the chat box. Thank you.
Or someone, I can see Mary saying they always need help when using the toilet. Thank you, Mary. It's really hard to train them. They don't express toilet needs. Try to make them to go to the toilet every hour. Yes. Doesn't seem to understand my communication. Okay. It takes longer to get them in the routine. They use toilet needs to escape. All right. Make a fun games while in the toilet. Toilet routine. Indicating toilet takes long to toilet train. Okay. Someone is saying be consistent. They want to use diaper to poop. Okay. It took time, but still he uses diaper at night and he gets distracted in the toilet. How to solve this? Okay. Thank you for that question also. They don't have ability to feel their needs to use the toilet. Okay. Thanks, Angela. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your messages. Okay. So these are among the myths also that are associated. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So there's a myth that says all neurodivergent children will eventually toilet train at the same pace as neurotypical children. But the reality is neurodivergent children may need extra support and time to learn toileting skills. Another myth is neurodivergent children follow the individual timelines without a universal schedule. But the reality is neurodivergent children can achieve toileting success, even if the process takes longer. Another myth, negative reinforcement such as punishment or shaming is effective in motivating neurodivergent children to toilet train. But the truth is, negative reinforcement can be harmful and counterproductive, leading to anxiety, resistance, or regression in toileting skills. Another myth, toilet training neurodivergent children require specialized techniques that are different from those used with neurotypical children. But the reality is, many of the basic principles of toilet training, such as consistency, positive reinforcement, and patience apply to all children, regardless of neurodiversity. So these are some of the myths, and it's important for us to dispel these myths because it's important for us to adopt a supportive style, which is an understanding approach. Okay, so we are going to look at the challenges which are faced by neurodivergent children. And some of the challenges are sensory sensitivities. Neurodivergent children may be sensitive to certain textures, sounds, or smells associated with toileting process. This sensitivity can make it uncomfortable or overwhelming for them to use the toilet or engage with toileting related materials, such as toilet paper or wipes. So we need to be very cautious when we are handling our children. Most of our children have sensory issues, so we need to be very, very cautious about this. Then we have communication challenges. Some neurodivergent children may have difficulty understanding or expressing their toilet needs verbally. They may struggle to communicate when they need to use the toilet or may not recognize the physical sensations associated with needing to go. When we talk about communication challenges, we also need to consider our own communication to them. How are we communicating to our children? For example, if you tell your child, go to the toilet, maybe they don't know what they are supposed to go and do in the toilet. So it is good to be clear with your communication as well, so that they can be able to understand you and know exactly what is expected of them. So we have another one is difficulty with routine and predictability. Neurodivergent children often thrive on routines and predictability. Changes in routine, such as transitioning from diapers to using the toilet, can be disruptive and confusing for them. Establishing a consistent toilet routine and providing visual support can help mitigate this challenge. So our children who are neurodivergent, they thrive very well in routines. But also, before they understand the routine or when we change a routine, it can be a bit challenging for them. So we need to understand our children. How do they cope with a new routine? How do they cope with something new that you're going to introduce to them? Next, we have motor skills limitations. Some of our children who are neurodivergent have conditions that may affect their fine or gross motor skills, making it challenging for children to manage clothing, sit on the toilet, or coordinate the necessary movement for successful toileting. So we need to consider their motor skills. Are they ready to sit? Because if they cannot sit, they will not be able to sit on the toilet. So we need to really consider this. Even for the fine motor skills, can they be able to put their pants down? Because if you expect them to put their pants down and maybe their fine motor skills are not fully developed, this can cause a challenge to them and it might be demoralizing for them. Then we have anxiety and emotional regulation. Toileting can be a source of anxiety for neurodivergent children, particularly if they have had negative experiences or if they feel pressure to meet certain expectations. Anxiety and difficulties with emotional regulation can interfere with their ability to focus on the toileting task and may contribute to resistance and avoidance. Then we have the generalization and transfer of skills. Neurodivergent children may struggle with generalizing toileting skills learned in one environment to other settings, such as transitioning from home to school or community settings. They may require additional support and practice to transfer their toileting skills across different contexts. I will actually give an example that I've had before in this area, because we've had children who would go to the toilet at home, but when they're at school, they would not go to the toilet. They are not comfortable going to the toilet. So they already have the skill, but they are not able to transfer the skills to another toilet. So this is something that we need to consider and be able to accommodate how the child is feeling. Then we have social and peer dynamics. For neurodivergent children who are sensitive to social cues or peer pressure, toileting in group settings such as school bathrooms can be particularly challenging because maybe they fear judgment or embarrassment. This may impact their willingness to use the toilet independently. For example, there are some other school settings where all the children go to the toilet as a group. This may be a challenge because if one child is not able to fully go to the toilet by themselves, this may cause anxieties in the child and may cause the child not to be able to go to the toilet comfortably and may also delay their toileting. Then we have medical and sensory issues. Some of the neurodivergent children may have underlying medical conditions or sensory issues that contribute to toileting difficulties, such as constipation, urinary tract problems, that is incontinence, or sensory processing disorders. So before we even start the toileting process, we need to make sure that our children are medically fit. They don't have issues like constipation or incontinence, because this can really hinder the process of toileting. Okay. So we can look at sensory considerations, which is a very important thing to look at, because most of our children have a lot of sensory, maybe some are sensory seeking. So we really need to consider this area. So we have proprioceptive and vestibular sensitivities, whereby some children may struggle with balance or body awareness, making it difficult for them to sit comfortably on the toilet. So when children have these vestibular sensitivities, it's important to provide stability, such as aids which they can grab, or footstools that can assist with positioning and comfort. Because we need to realize that when the child is going to the toilet and sitting on the toilet seat, they need to be comfortable. Their feet need to be stepping on the ground. So if the toilet is a bit high, it might be uncomfortable. So let's look for aids which are going to provide the stability for them. Then we have temperature sensitivities. Extreme temperatures, whether too hot or too cold, can be uncomfortable for neurodivergent children. Ensuring that the bathroom is comfortable and the temperature is good, providing options for warm clothing or blankets can help regulate their sensory experience. Texture sensitivities. Some children may be sensitive to the texture of toilet paper or wipes, or the surface of the toilet seat. Providing options for different textures or allowing the child to choose materials they are comfortable with can really help. For more sensory considerations, we have auditory sensitivities. The sound of a flushing toilet, running water, or even the echoes in a bathroom can be overwhelming for children with auditory sensitivities. Using a quieter flush option or providing noise cancellation headphones can mitigate these sensory challenges. We also have visual sensitivities, which are bright lights, cluttered spaces, or visually overwhelming bathroom decor can be distressing for some children. Creating a calm and visually neutral environment in the bathroom, such as using soft lighting or simple decorations, can be very helpful to our children. We also have children who have olfactory sensitivities, whereby the strong smells from cleaning products or air fresheners can be overwhelming for the children. Using unscented or mild smelling products and ensuring proper ventilation in the bathroom can alleviate this issue. We also have children who have tactile sensitivities. Some children may be sensitive to the sensation of sitting on the toilet seat or to the feeling of being wet after using the toilet. Providing seat covers or using moisture-wicking materials can address these tactile issues. So, what do I need for toileting? Some people would say that I will just take my child to the toilet, they will just sit and continue. But it's something that we need to prepare about. And we are going to look at what we are going to need so that we can prepare very well for the toileting. First, we need to assess individual needs. Understand the specific challenges of your child, their strengths. Consider factors such as sensory sensitivities, just as we have discussed. Communication abilities. How does your child communicate? Is your child able to communicate using visuals, right? Some children will communicate with sign language for toilet, okay? Consider the motor skills and emotional regulation. This assessment will inform you your approach of toileting. Then we have to introduce concepts. Start by familiarizing the child with basic toilet concepts like vocabulary, using simple language. For simple language, it depends on the words that you want to start using. Which words do you want to start using? Do you want to use toilet? Do you want to use a word like pee for urination or woo? Which word do you want to use? And whichever words that you want to use, it has to be consistent and used by everyone around the home. Then we need to have visual aids. Visual aids are like this. These are visual aids which really help our children. So these visual aids have the whole process of toileting. So they are it's very important to consider having such in your home, okay? So yeah, we have a sit on toilet. So using toilet paper. Pants up. Flush toilet. Wash hands. And dry hands. These are the kind of visuals that I personally use for toileting. So then we have choosing an appropriate time. It's very important to choose an appropriate time so that you can create the consistency. Because, for example, if you're moving to a new school, you're traveling, you're moving houses, this may not be an appropriate time to start toileting because you need the child to get used to one place so that it can be easier for them to transition. Then we have to start getting a child get used to going to the bathroom and understand the concept of the toilet. And this process starts a bit early because we are supposed to be changing our children's diaper in the toilet so that we can create an association between the toilet and the pee or poo, so that the child can know this is where the pee and the poo goes into. So let's start creating an association early enough, even when changing the nappies, so the child can be able to create this association early enough. Then we need to have a plan, to have a visual routine. And we need to understand that neurodiverse children find it easier to process visual information. Visual support acts as an important tool for most children, which includes the toilet picture and the toilet process from pants down to washing hands, just as I've shown you before. We have a lot of visuals, like, for example, I use like this visual for toilet, and you can always have a visual of your actual toilet at home, so that when the child sees the actual toilet or this visual, they know they are supposed to go to the toilet. So it is important to have your visuals ready if your child thrives in visuals, okay? Then we have the use of visual support, such as schedules, diagrams, social stories, can help neurodivergent children understand the steps involved in toileting and what is expected of them. Visual support provides clarity and structure, supporting the child's comprehension and independence. A social story helps a lot because some children really love listening to stories. and you can write like a 5-page story about going to the toilet, whereby in the story you include the name of the child. Like, for example, in your story, you can have Theo. When Theo feels like taking a wee, Theo goes to the toilet. Like very simple sentences which are going to explain what Theo is supposed to do when he goes to the toilet. And then, still in preparation, we have to provide adaptive equipment depending on the child's needs. Provide adaptive equipment such as toilet seat reducers, step stools, or specialized toilet chairs to promote comfort, stability, and accessibility during toileting. So, how do we identify the signs of readiness? I would love to hear from you. How would you identify that your child is ready to go to the toilet? If you could please give me your answers on the signs of readiness on the chat box. What do you look out for? What do you see and you are able to gauge that your child is ready to go to the toilet? The child is pointing to indicate the need to use the bathroom. Thank you, Liz. He doesn't pee or poop in diapers for long. Thank you, Wada. Touching diapers after pooping. The child doesn't want to use diaper anymore. When you can understand that we use the bathroom to pee and can understand the steps, very good. The child is touching his or her stomach. Okay, thank you. Starting to understand the sensation, is she feeling? Okay. The child, the one who will tell you, okay. Standing in certain positions. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much for your messages. That's amazing. Thank you. So when we're identifying the signs of readiness, there are things that we will look out for, and some of the things that we look out for are, just as you have shared in the messages, some children are going to hide in a corner. We will notice that when the child is hiding in a corner, a specific corner in the house, and then some of the children will also, sorry. Okay, let's hang again. Okay, some of the children will hide in a corner. Some of them are going to start pulling the diaper. When they have the diaper, they will start pulling their diaper. And then they will show the discomfort when they pee or when they are wet. They are hiding in a special place. They show interest in using the toilet. I think we also had that answer. They keep going to the toilet and sit up on the toilet seat. Amazing. Staying dry for a longer period of time. They pull out a wet or a soiled diaper or nappy. Yes. So these are the signs, some of the signs that we have. And some of the children, they show regularity in bowel movements. Yeah, just as one of us had said, there's a regularity because maybe if you're used to be changing the nappy at every 2 hours, for example, and at every 2 hours the diaper is wet or soiled, when you try and change the diaper at 1 hour or one and a half hours, it is dry. So at every 2 hours, the child is wet. So this one shows that there's irregularity in the bowel movements. So we will look at the routines. What are the routines that we the routines and strategies? Okay. A routine, this is a sequence of regular there. Okay, this is a sequence of actions which are regularly followed. And a strategy is a plan of action which is designed to achieve a long-term and an overall goal. It is important to always break the toileting process into small parts and teach each part in turn. What do I mean by this? So when we are ready to start the toileting, so what we need to do, we need to have all the whole process with us. We need to understand the whole process, and we are going to try and break it down into smaller tasks so that it becomes easier for the child to understand. So the first thing we need to do when we go to the toilet is pants down, right? So we need to first make sure that the child is comfortable doing the pants down. And when we're doing the pants down, how are the fine motor skills? Can the child be able to just pull down their pants using their fingers, their hands, okay? So we will first work on pants down, okay? Once we do pants down for a few days and we see that there's some form of regularity, the child is getting to understand the pants down, then we can combine pants down and sit on toilet. So we will work sit on toilet. After we work with sit on toilet, then we are going to put the two together. Pants down, sit on toilet. And slowly by slowly, we are going to build some form of regularity, and the child will understand, when I go to the toilet, I need to pull my pants down, then I need to sit on the toilet. And as we are starting this, it's also important that we are sure that the clothes that the child is wearing are easy to manage, so that the child can be able to pull down the pants comfortably, because some children may not be able to open up the buttons. So it is easier to have clothes which have elastic. This will make the child be able to do the process by themselves independently. Okay. Strategies. Okay, we have a few strategies that we can look at. And one of them is the individualized approach, whereby you need to understand the specific needs, challenges, and preferences of the child to tailor the toilet training plan accordingly. Because we need to understand one plan may not work for every child. So we need to have an individualized approach for our children. The use of visual support. As we had said, it is good to have the step-by-step visual guides for our children, or the picture cues. By picture cues, we mean like the pictures, because you can always ask your child, can we go toilet? Do you want us to go to the toilet? So they will be able to associate the toilet, this picture, with the actual toilet. And it's good to know if your child actually understands the visuals. So before you don't expect the first time you show the child this one, they will understand. So they need to be systematically trained to know exactly what is expected when they're given the toilet visual. Then we have the sensory consideration, as we had mentioned. Be mindful of sensory sensitivities that may impact toileting. Provide options for different textures, toilet seats, or bathroom settings that are comfortable for the child. Consistent routine. This is very, very important to establish a routine. Establish and maintain a predictable toileting routine to help the child anticipate and manage bathroom visits. Positive reinforcement, which is also very, very important. Offer praise, rewards, or tokens for successful toileting attempts to motivate the child and reinforce positive behaviors. So here we are saying even an attempt should be reinforced, okay? Then we have gradual progression. Introduce toileting skills in small steps to gradually build independence and confidence in using the toilet. We have communication support. I think we have mentioned this earlier. Use clear, simple language and provide verbal prompts or social stories to help the child understand the toileting expectations. So, in routines, what do I need to be doing regularly with my child? First, we need to collaborate with caregivers and professionals. Work closely with parents, teachers, therapists, or healthcare providers to create a consistent and effective toilet training plan tailored to the child's unique needs. When we say we collaborate with the caregivers and professionals, so that whatever is being done at home can also be done at school. If the child is going to the toilet at every 1 hour, it needs to continue the same at school. The pictures, maybe the visuals which are being used at school, they can also be used at home. This will create a very good consistency for your child. Visual aids, use the visual schedules or timers can help neurodivergent children understand when it's time to go to the bathroom. Also, I like using this kind of visuals so that my child will know what is expected of them. For example, we are having snack, okay? So now we are having snack. After we have snack, we are going to tidy up. After we tidy up, we are going to the toilet. So the child will know after I eat, I will clean up and then I will go to the toilet. This really helps because the child is able to process slowly, because by the time this child is eating, they will start processing that at the end of it all, I will go to the toilet. Okay? So when the child has eaten snack, you will remove this one. Then we are going to clean up. After we clean up, next will be toilet. And then after toilet, we can give a child something that they really like. Maybe after toilet, our reinforcer will be tickles. So now we will clean up. After they finish cleaning up, you will still move this one. Toilet, tickles, and then you can have something else next, whatever you may need to do with your child. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Oh, you cannot see? Yeah, someone is telling me they cannot see the.
We'll just remove the background.
Okay, just a minute. I will remove the background.
On the video.
How do I do that?
On the video.
Just a minute. We remove the background so that you can see what I'm doing. I've removed video. Yeah, someone said they cannot see. I hope this is more clear. Is it? It's good.
Right.
Okay, so this is what I was saying. We use this visual now, next, and then, so the child will know what is expected of them. So for example, higher, there? Yes. Okay. For example, it's snack time. After snack time, we are going to clean up and then we will go to the toilet. So the child will eat. After they eat, they will clean up and then they will go to the toilet. So even as they continue eating, at the end of it, they will know they're supposed to go to the toilet. Then, after they finish eating, now we will clean up. After cleanup, it's toilet. And then maybe after toilet, we will have some tickles, okay? So we will tidy up, toilet, and tickles. So once they finish the tidying up, now we will go to the toilet. Now we will go toilet, okay? We will go toilet. So use of visual aids and schedules can really help our children when it's time to go to the bathroom. Okay, so we need to establish a consistent schedule for our bathroom breaks, encourage regular trips to the bathroom at specific times throughout the day, even if the child doesn't think they need to go. Consistency helps a lot, and it works very well to our children. And if the child keeps going to the toilet consistently and you are using a gentle voice for the consistency, the child will be able to enjoy going to the toilet more. And it's good for you to encourage the child for regular trips, but the trip should not be like after every 10 minutes, okay? You can space out the trips to the toilet, even if it's 1 hour, until they start getting used to going to the toilet. Provide positive reinforcement and always celebrate success with praise, stickers, or small rewards to motivate and reinforce good bathroom habits. You can also offer choices, allow the child to make decisions about their toilet training process, such as choosing special underwear or selecting a preferred toilet seat. This will create a sense of autonomy. So, how do we foster independence through tailored approaches in neurodiversity? How are we going to make our children independent? Okay. So it's important to note that every child is different, and one approach may work smoothly for one child and may be completely opposite to another child. It's important to recognize that neurodiverse children may have unique developmental trajectories and may require additional support or accommodations to reach toileting milestones. It is therefore important to know and understand the child to make the process as comfortable as possible. So which processes are we going to use? First, we have the gradual exposure, which is the systematic desensitization, whereby we're introducing the child to the toilet environment, starting with simple tasks such as sitting on the toilet fully clothed, just to make the child be more comfortable. And then we need to be patient. It's a process, and we need to be very patient with our children. Understand that progress may be gradual and may require ongoing support. We need to be consistent, doing the same thing every day at particular times, giving constant verbal or non-verbal reminders. So by consistency, is it that after dinner, we will clean up and go to the toilet? So it will be every day after dinner, I clean up and go to the toilet. So you need to be consistent in this. Before going to bed, they have to go to the toilet. When they wake up in the morning, the first thing they do is going to the toilet, okay? Then we have environmental modifications, ensure that the toilet can accommodate a child's needs. Example, installing hand grabbers, the footstool, adjusting the height of the toilet, and others. So we have functional communication. Teach the child ways to communicate to express the need for toilet. Although initially you may need to depend on timing, use of gestures, signs, finger pointing, communication devices like AVAS and others. Yeah, the visuals, just like I had shown you before, can they be able to point? This, if you're using visuals, it's important to put them in a place that they can be able to access, so they can be able to pick the card and show you what they want, okay? If you're teaching sign language for toilet, If they can be able to sign for toilet, it is okay. If they are verbal, they can tell you that they need to go to the toilet. Then we have choice and control. We need to offer choices whenever possible. Example, the toilet to use or underwear. This will give the child a sense of autonomy and control. Then we have the social learning model, whereby this is peer modeling. It has proved to work in some instances, whereby the child observes a peer going to the toilet and they copy what the peer is doing. So this has worked for some children, but not all of them. Just as I said before, one method can work for one child and may not work for another child, okay? We always need to celebrate success with positive, this is positive behavior reinforcement. And remember that accidents may occur, and they do actually occur. And if your child does this, you need to calmly redirect and show them where they need to go when they feel that they need to go to the toilet. So this always happens. Accidents occur before the children are able to completely master the toileting. Okay, we are going to discuss the importance of routines. So routines and predictability play a crucial role in the lives of neurodivergent children, providing them with structure, stability, and a sense of security. So the importance of the routines are, they help in reducing anxiety. Many neurodivergent children experience heightened anxiety in unfamiliar or unpredictable situations. Establishing consistent routines helps minimize anxiety by providing a sense of predictability and control over the environment. We need to enhance understanding. It also helps in enhancing understanding, whereby neurodivergent children often thrive on clear expectations and understanding that comes next. Routines help them anticipate transitions, activities, and changes, which can reduce confusion and frustration. Improving focus and attention. Predictable routines can help neurodivergent children stay focused and engaged in tasks. When they know what to expect, they can better allocate their attention and energy, leading to improved task performance. Supporting sensory regulation. Many neurodivergent children have sensory sensitivities or differences. Routines can be designed to incorporate sensory-friendly activities and environments, promoting sensory regulation and reducing sensory overload. Routines also build independence. Consistent routines can empower neurodivergent children to develop independence and self-management skills. When they know the steps involved in daily tasks or activities, they can gradually learn to complete them independently. So there we have the toilet routine. This is what I have been using over the years, and it has proved to work very well. I have this in the toilet, in the class toilet, whereby the children can be able to see what is happening next. For example, if after pants down, what is happening next? Sit on toilet. And every time I would take a child to the toilet, I always point at the activity. And at times you would realize that some children also do that. When they get into the toilet, they will go and point at the wall, pants down, and then they will do the action. And when they finish, they will point again at sit on toilet, which has proved to really, really work. So these are some of the visuals that we use. And in case anyone is interested, we can always share these visuals. And in conclusion, toilet training is a great milestone to all children, either neurodivergent or typical. In both cases, the patience is key. As the parent, as the educator, we need to be very patient with our children. And we need to know that all children are different, and they all take their own time to achieve this milestone. With the above strategies, I hope you find whatever works best for your child. Thank you very much. In case there is anyone who has a question, please feel free to write on the chat box. I'll be waiting on the chat box.
Thank you very much, Carol. Thank you for that beautiful presentation. Very interesting. And we now move on to the question and answer part. We invite you to please write all your questions in the chat box. Thank you.
And yes, I can.
Can you see it from your side,
Yeah.
Carol?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone is asking about the age. What is the appropriate age? Thank you very much. Okay. How to get child focused and not distracted. Okay. Someone else is asking about the age. Which age is appropriate? Okay. Can I get a copy of the visual for toileting, please? Okay.
Can we try to answer it one by as they come in?
Okay. First, I will start by addressing the age. Someone asked about the age. Okay. There is no right age that I can say that a child will be potty trained, because as we said, all our children are different. There are children who are going to be ready for potty training at 2 years. There's a child at 4 years, they're still not ready. So what we need to look out for, first of all, we need to look out, is the child medically fit? And then, second, are we looking at the readiness? Are we looking at any of the factors that we saw about readiness? Are they starting to be uncomfortable when they are wet? Are they going to a corner? Are they hiding? So we cannot say that there's a specific age that we need to start toileting. Okay. Then someone else is asking about the focus. How would you help your child focus when they're doing toileting? Okay. Maybe you need to consider how the bathroom is. Is it that the bathroom is too busy, the walls are too busy, and it's distracting the child? Would the child enjoy listening to a story when they're in the toilet so that they can just sit still? If your child is sensory, would they appreciate having a fidgety toy with them so they can be able to concentrate more? Okay. Is the toilet comfortable enough? Are their feet on the ground? Or if they're not on the ground, do you have a stool that the child is comfortable? So these are some of the things that you may need to consider so that you can help your child be able to focus. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Okay. Can we ask a copy of this visual so that we can use it? Okay, sure. I'm sure Mylene has your emails and she will be able to share with you. Okay. Okay, someone else is asking.
What? We have from Raminder Khan. What if a child is scared to go to a new bathroom?
Okay. This happens a lot. This happens to many of our children. And that is what I was saying about transferring of skills. Okay. It's important to prepare your child early enough. For example, if a child is comfortable going to the toilet at home and you are going to the mall, okay, and in the mall, maybe they would need to go to the toilet. Personally, I would use this. There's this option, now, next, and then. And we have an option of now and next. So here I can have a visual of the mall. And then when you're in the mall, there's toilet. And prepare your child so that they know the toilet that they are going to use is not the home toilet. So you can have a picture of a toilet. So we have, for example, let's say this is, for example, a picture of the mall. And then next is toilet, okay? So the child will know when we are in the mall, I can still go to the toilet and it's okay, all right? And if your child is not comfortable enough, you can always carry with you a potty chair. The potty chair that you're using at home, you can carry with you to the mall. And when you go to the toilet at the mall or the school, they can use the same toilet seat. This will make them more comfortable to use a different toilet. Okay, another question.
There's one from Max. Should I read it?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Max said a child can pee independently already, but is still wearing diapers at night to prevent him to pee on his bed. It is said that he can have pee accidents on bed once been there in 3 months, and all the time diaper is dry when he wakes up. The question is, can this produce confusion? Should he not wear diapers anymore?
Yeah, I think that child now is if you are able to take the child to the toilet just before bedtime, okay, just before bedtime, and they get used to going to the toilet before bedtime, and you remove the diaper, right? Because if they are fully they can be able to go to the toilet during the day and they are fully dry during the day. I believe at night also they can be able to go to the toilet. I mean, not even to pee in the bed. So if you can be able to be taking your child to the toilet before bedtime, I think this would work. Thank you.
Someone asked from Rashida why they want diaper to poop.
Why they want?
Yes, diaper.
Okay, why? Yes. For this question, we have some children who prefer they can pee in the toilet, but they want to poo in the diaper, or the opposite. At times they have not really associated them. They are more comfortable peeing in the toilet, but pooing in the diaper. But this can also we can also try and help this child by every time they poo in the diaper. When you're changing the diaper, you change that diaper in the toilet, okay? And show them that poop goes here. So they can be able to create an understanding that poop is also supposed to go where the pee goes, okay? I think this would really help when they understand to associate. Even poop goes to the toilet, okay? Yeah, and also redirect. When they poop in the diaper, redirect. Poop is supposed to go in the toilet.
Thank you, Carol. There's one for Lina.
Yes, Lina.
How to get child toilet training morning without diapers to get off diaper at night.
Sorry?
Okay, from Lina, how to get child toilet training morning without diapers to get off diaper at night.
Or to get the diaper off at night.
Yeah.
Also, I'm trying to assume that maybe this child is going to the toilet during the day, but at night they're in diapers. I hope, Lina, I hope that's what you're asking, that the child is going to the toilet during the day, but at night they're still in diapers. Okay, we also realize that at night this child is sleeping for like 8 hours. Okay, unlike during the day, they are active, they are awake, so it is easier to take the child to the toilet many times during the day. Unlike at night, you may not be able to wake your child up to go to the toilet. So it's very common for many children to still bedwet at night because they don't get as many opportunities to go to the toilet. In this, let's understand also that their bladder may not be able to hold as much urine as so much urine. So we need to accommodate that fact that we are not going to the toilet at night as many times as during the day. So if possible, can we reduce water intake before bedtime? And before bedtime, can we just encourage the child to go to the toilet? Yeah. Yes. So let's appreciate the fact that we are going to sleep for 8 hours, maybe without going to the bathroom, and the child may not be able to hold all that pee until morning. Okay. Yes, Lina. Okay.
Thank you, Carol. This is the one last question. Carol, from Stella. From Stella, during toilet training period, child has used the potty a bit, but now scooping up diaper little each time, holding it when he would normally continue to poop. Do we wait for the pace to pass? Does it mean he's not ready yet?
Okay. I think for this child, you need to first look at what has changed. Because maybe something has changed and has made the child maybe in quote unquote regress. So we need to first find out what has changed. Have you moved houses? Have you changed anyone in your house? Because at times these things really affect our children. When any changes, they can be a minor change, but it affects the child's progress. So we need to find out first what has changed, what is different, okay? And then encourage the child to continue going to the toilet, even if they want to go to the potty. Do you want to take the potty inside the toilet, like so that they can be able to associate? Even if I'm going to the potty, it has to be in the toilet. So please consider if anything has changed. If they are comfortable using the potty in the toilet, please they take the potty to the toilet. Okay. Yep. Someone is asking why they regress. Why they regress in toileting. So I will answer that. Max, thank you. Some of the children may regress in toileting because of changes. A change may occur, maybe in the environment, maybe out of medical reason. And it is good to continue redirecting our children. And if they are sick, we need to give them time to get well and then start again the process of toileting. Okay? Yep.
Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you for that beautiful presentation. Very interesting and very useful to everyone who came in today. And for those who registered for this training, we will be sending you the replay. Okay. So as I was telling, we will be sending you all the replay of this webinar by Caroline. Thank you so much. And please allow me, if you have any other questions, any more questions, please do email us and Caroline will get back to you. Thank you. And let me share with you some announcement from TDCC. Thank you everyone for coming.
We would like to take this chance to share with you some updates from TDCC.
Our spring camps are now open for registration. Enroll your child into the Spring Phonics Boot Camp and enjoy the 2-week intensive journey. Watch them bloom with confidence and skills. Designed for children aged 5 to 11, this boot camp is the ultimate gateway to enhance your child's literacy skills while fostering friendships in our intimate group sessions. Spots are limited. Enroll now and build reading fluency and accuracy, spelling and writing phonics skills. TDCC Spring Camp in the Inclusive Education Services is now open for registration. Join us for 2 exciting weeks of nature explorations at our spring camp, featuring themes that celebrate the spirit of spring. Activities are developed and facilitated by a team of specialist educators, speech therapists, and occupational therapists to enrich and support the development of children. Enroll your child now and explore music and movement, sensory play, arts and crafts, literacy and numeracy, storytelling, social skills, cooking, and role play. Caregiver training. This program focuses on developing knowledge, skills, and values necessary to provide quality care for children of determination. The training will cover topics such as the basic needs of the child, communication strategies, understanding behavior and sensory needs, social and play skills, and fostering independence and home routines. This is facilitated by experienced and committed educators in the Inclusive Education Services led by Amina Shazib, psychologist and head of Inclusive Education Services.
Our summer camp is now open for registration. Join us on a summer adventure where young minds explore, play, and create through hands-on science, sunny beach fun, and artistic musical expression. Designed for children aged 3 to 13 and can enjoy 6 weeks of fun to discover, learn, and play on this transformative summer camp 2024. Register your child now.
Secure a spot in our inclusive education services. This is open for children aged 2 to 13 years old. This is a unique program integrating both educational learning and therapeutic strategies designed for children with learning difficulties. We provide early intervention programs, preschool intervention, life skills, and school readiness program.
The Hanen program, It Takes Two to Talk, is a Canadian evidence-based training designed for parents. This program helps many parents improve their communication skills and strategies to help their young ones. Designing Your Life Exploration is a groundbreaking program that empowers the youth to increase self-confidence, take control of their future, and explore life and career options aligned with their passions. It's a 2-hour jumpstart into new perspectives. Bond and Build Social Club. Designed as a lively, interactive group experience, this club gathers kids within the same age and developmental stages. This program focuses in amplifying skills in key areas such as conversation and social connection, executive functioning, friendship and relationship development, perspective taking, social self-regulation, and social thinking vocabulary. Inspire to Impact Club, designed for children aged 7 years and up, and to be attended with a parent. Session 1 focuses on eco-friendly gardening through compact microcontroller using the 3 Ps: people, planet, and prosperity. It's a gateway to optimize home gardens, conserve water, and embrace sustainable practices. Eating therapy. This therapy session helps children who are struggling to eat. Our therapists provide evidence-based approaches on how to make mealtime enjoyable that would eventually end mealtime struggle. Spot therapy combines speech-language and occupational therapy for children, offering enhanced attention, improved social skills, integrated language, and communication development to children, and consistent support for parents and caregivers. Sensory integration therapy. This is an evidence-based approach that benefits children beyond autism. Our therapists create a sensory-rich environment using specialized equipment. This therapy focuses on developing a strong sensory system, which is crucial for motor skills, executive functions, and behavior. Thematis listening therapy. This is a transformative auditory training therapy available for children and young adults. This therapy listening method has been proven effective in enhancing attention skills and communication abilities. Neurofeedback therapy. At TDCC, we specialize in neurofeedback therapy for children and young adults. It promotes mental well-being in young individuals with anxiety, depression, ADHD, and many more. Visual perception therapy. In this therapy, children improve their visual processing skills through specialized activities and exercises. It enhances visual discrimination, tracking, and spatial awareness, leading to improved academic performance and coordination. This is tailored to each child's needs. It promotes independence and success in daily life. Spider cage therapy. This is a transformative intervention for children designed to address motor challenges and sensory integration difficulties. This therapy optimizes motor skills, coordination, balance, and sensory processing to foster the overall development of children. Our handwriting program is available in Arabic, English, and French. Children who are struggling to write legibly can benefit from this program. TDCC is home to highly skilled dyslexia and literacy specialists who conduct personalized assessments to identify specific challenges individuals face with reading, writing, and spelling. We use evidence-based strategies and interventions, and develop tailored plans to improve phonological awareness, decoding skills, and spelling abilities. Reading Dogs at TDCC. Happening once in a month, on a Sunday at TDCC premises. This program brings about excitement, fun and love of reading, and lots of activities with the reading dogs and children. The program aims to accommodate interested children to attend at least one of the sessions to give them this wonderful experience, flourishing and leadership for the youth. This is a resilience-based program designed and delivered by a social behavior counseling expert, Kipa Shrestha, for children aged 7-12 years old. The FLY children will learn positive self-talk, mindfulness practices, and gratitude practices. By the end of the 5-week workshop, they will have developed the necessary skills and character traits to face challenges with resilience and lead a flourishing life. Educational psychology. Our expert psychologists provide educational assessments and schools observations using evidence-based tools and strategies to help parents and schools make informed decisions about the students' education. Counseling services. At TDCC, our psychologists incorporate proven cognitive-based therapy and practical strategies and solutions to support children, adolescents, and their families to meet family objectives. Parenting services. The parenting services focus on specific challenges related to child development, behavior management, and communication. It empowers parents and caregivers with the tools in helping children achieve a happy, healthy, and well-adjusted life. If interested in any of these programs, please contact us. Have a screenshot with our contact details. You can also share this to your friends and to anyone who needs support. For updates of the next webinar, training, and services, please scan these QR codes. Follow us on social media. Visit our website for more information and booking of appointments. Thank you once again.